Hello everybody and welcome back to another video made by Tico Traders. This is going to be a pretty cool video. We're going to be talking about metaverses. So guys, I've talked about them before. We talked about metaverse, we talked about earn to play. And I know for a lot of you that's completely stepping out of your comfort zone, okay, which is completely normal. But now things have dramatically changed. Facebook basically dropped a big bomb saying that they're going to be changing their image from Facebook to a metaverse, right? So guys, this is like something that's going to bring everybody out of their comfort zone into what Facebook is creating. Now, before we jump into all the fun stuff and exciting stuff, guys, Facebook, I believe, in my opinion, in the Tico Traders' opinion, that they're going to be leading the path. They're going to be paving the path when it comes to metaverses. So before we get going and we talk about the specifics, I quickly want to say that I am not a financial advisor and all my videos are made for fun and educational purposes only, and you guys have to take your own risks. So guys, Facebook is not just only a software company, it's a hardware company as well. They have a beautiful set of 3D glasses, like Oculus. So not only are they going to be able to create a metaverse, they're going to be able to put some hardware behind that as well and give us that immersive feeling of actually being in that metaverse. So in my opinion, they're going to be leading the path, and they're going to be opening up a lot of business opportunities and a lot of investment opportunities for professional traders such as us. So there's going to be a lot of interesting stuff, guys. So we have cryptocurrencies, we have NFTs, and now I believe, in my opinion, metaverses, earn to play tokens are going to get a lot of attention. So we're going to point out a few of them and see how they already got some attention, but there still may be a lot more potential, because we're just right now building the path towards metaverses. Facebook is just basically opened the door to everybody, and everybody, if anybody, in my opinion, if Apple, Microsoft, and other companies don't follow in their footsteps, if social media platforms don't follow the metaverse, phenomenon that's happening right now, they're going to be in serious trouble. Now, for a lot of you that want to get a glimpse of how this could possibly look like, I think everybody should check out that movie. I think it's called Ready Player One. Now, I've seen that movie a while ago with my son, and it kind of gives you an image of what things can possibly look like. And I think we're heading towards that future anyway. It's going to be exciting, guys. Some of these games that we're going to be talking about, amazing things. So in this video, not only do I want to share with you some of the tokens or projects that may be in the spotlight, but I also want to share my experiences with you. So I know I've made a lot of videos on Floki in the past, and I want to give you guys a little bit of my experiences. I've purchased Floki, sold Floki, and I want to share my experiences with you on how what the fees that I was encountered with, and how I progressed and went to the next level, and how I'm purchasing it now. So it's actually so much better, but that's just the way it is. When you jump into something, you're going to make a few mistakes. You're going to learn a few things, and then you're going to polish out all the little things and get you become better and better and better. So by me sharing with you guys what I've learned, you're going to save a little bit of you could potentially save a few bucks. Okay, guys. So Facebook opened the door. Now the question is, everybody's going to be shifting their business plans. Applications, software companies are going to be shifting their business strategies towards these metaverses, right? So this is a very serious thing, guys, because other gaming companies right now, we've posted them on Top Wall Street Stocks. Other gaming companies right now, like I believe it's Ubisoft, are already thinking about metaverses, about earn to play. It's one of those things, I believe. And if you don't jump in on this system, like if other companies don't jump into what Facebook is doing, they're going to be left behind. Okay, and I believe Facebook right now has the edge, just like Tesla has the edge on battery-powered vehicles and self-driving vehicles, and they're light years ahead of everybody else. I believe that Facebook has that, is ahead of everybody else as well, because they have those Oculus glasses, which are they've been working on for so long. I mean, how are you going to catch up to what they have? They already have a platform, they already have everything set in place, and they're just taking it to the next level. Okay guys, so there it is. Facebook opened up the door. Now the question is to find, now the trick is to find the gems and try to adjust our, my business plan, my ideas, my strategies towards how the world is changing, right? And the world is changing so quickly now. It's like we talked about before. We get, like in 1 year, the progression we get is like 50 years now. So change is something that we have to be willing to accept and like really accept it and allow it to be in our comfort zone, because I know change is the hardest thing to move to. Change, people, we'd like to be in our set ways, and change can be, is uncomfortable. And now the uncomfort zone has just 50x'd, and now you got to always adjust and readjust your business plans and go with what the big ones are doing. What the leaders are doing, we're gonna have to head into that. Okay guys, so that's Facebook, that's the bomb. So now we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about the tokens that are listed in order on them in the main title. So if you want to skip to like AGIX, I'm also going to include, so this is a metaverse video, but we're going to talk about AGIX for a reason, and I'm also going to bring up SHIB also for a reason in this video as well. So we're going to talk about a few of them. I'm going to show you some charts, and then you guys can decide if this is something that interests you. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's first talk about a little bit about Decentraland. So this is the first one, Decentraland, and we did talk about it a little bit in the previous videos. So this is a metaverse, guys. You can just walk into this metaverse. There's a lot of things that you can do, but I want to bring up what's important about these metaverses is because a lot of these metaverses have their own currencies. So for example, when it comes to Decentraland, in this particular game, if you want to make transactions, if you want to go to the casino and gamble, if you want some entertainment as you're in this amazing metaverse 3D game, you're gonna have to use a token called mana. And I just quickly want to point out like what has happened, right? So what happened to mana here? I mean, look how much excitement came into this token. Obviously, it was showing us a breakout pattern and did break up. It broke out like from the low dollar zone, all the way up to almost even $5. I mean, you can see the excitement that just took place because of what has happened, with Facebook and all the because they just opened up a whole new door, right? So now the question is, guys, the excitement came in. Now the question is, are the prices going to hold? Are they going to find, like, after they've risen so much, are they going to find some support zones? Are the prices too high? But anyway, but what's important, what I'm going to be looking at is volumes, support zones, because there's possibilities. There's possibilities here to buy long. There's possibilities here to sell short as well. Okay, guys. So right now, obviously, mana has just tripled, in price, and now it looks like it's consolidating, going sideways, and this is the major support zone. For this, for this to hold, price would have to tighten up and hold in this area. But if it starts pulling below, obviously the next visible support zone would be right here. Okay, so we'll see. What I'm looking for is this something like of a pump and then a quick dump, or are we actually going to make higher lows? And is the excitement going to continue? That's what basically I'm trying to get at here. Okay, guys, so that's just like, I just want to give you guys an example. That's one project. You guys can go into Decentraland, purchase land, and it just gives us an idea of what a metaverse is and how exciting they could be. And, it could kind of give us an idea of how Facebook can also, use some of those ideas as well on their platforms as well. Okay, guys, so that's that. Now let's quickly look at Floki. Okay, so here's a chart of Floki, and this is where I want to share with you some of my experiences. So Floki is just another platform, another project that claims to build a metaverse, which is based on the Viking game kind of thing, which I think is very exciting. And in this metaverse, they're also promising that there's going to be a thing called earn to play. So this is obviously bringing a lot of excitement into this project, right? So I want to quickly share my experience with you guys, and because I get a lot of questions, how did you buy this and blah blah blah. It's so important because I've been through that, so I think it's something important that I need to address. So when I first purchased Floki, I did it through their website, and I did it because when I first find something, I want to experiment, I want to do everything. So I purchased it through PancakeSwap, I purchased it through Uniswap, and then after I purchased it, I'm like, okay, now I got to see, I wanted to see how easy it is to purchase it, and I wanted to see how easy or difficult it is to sell it. So my purchasing, what I've learned from purchasing through Uniswap and PancakeSwap is that my fees were very expensive. Like I paid something like $60 just to purchase things. And when I purchased things through PancakeSwap and Uniswap, I had to input a spread of like 4 or 10% slippage. So I know I lost money on there as well. I mean, I threw away some money because I wasn't able to scale in like I do, like as a professional trader. So I paid high fees and I had to input that kind of, system of getting in. So, okay, that was my experience. So luckily for me, I made money on this. We all tripled our money on this one. So I'm not going to complain. Okay, everything is happy. But I could have made more because a dollar made is dollar saved is a dollar made, right? So then my experience when it came to selling, same thing. I actually got confronted with higher fees. It wasn't $60 now. It was $120 to sell my Floki. So I did that through PancakeSwap, I did it through Uniswap, and I did run into a few problems where one time I did try to sell a certain portion of my position just to see if it would work. And what happened was they charged me like $50 and then the transaction got canceled anyway. So I kind of lost $50. The second time I did that, I did pay the $120 and it did come through. So yes, I was profitable. Like we all, obviously made the chart looks great. We're looking at it right now. So we all bought it in the low prices or in this area. So we all made pretty good. But the point is I kind of blew away like $200 American because of like using these two methods of buying. So then I checked out the other one, Gate.io. And this is where I got really excited because actually the chart that we're looking at right now is Gate.io. So you guys know I use Binance for all my trading. I do have also KuCoin. In case if I couldn't find the token, I would use KuCoin. But Gate.io gives me access to a lot of these tokens like Floki and the other tokens that we're talking about that are hard to purchase. So it just took me a few minutes. I mean like 10-15 minutes to open up an account with Gate.io. And immediately what I did was I just transferred my Floki to Gate.io and now I'm capable of trading Floki in a matter of seconds, like Binance, and the fee is just ridiculously cheap. So I can buy and sell Floki now 50 times a day if I like, and buying was easy, selling was easy. So now what I'm going to do, guys, is if anybody is like, this is my opinion, I would only purchase like buy and sell Floki through Gate.io. I would not anymore use Uniswap or PancakeSwap unless like I literally had to, but I have no reason to do it now. So I'm using Gate.io, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link in the description and in the comments below. So if you guys want to sign up to Gate.io, you can as well. Now they are restricted to some countries. We're in Canada. I had no problem signing up. And I had no problem buying Floki. But if you're somewhere in this world where they don't accept, you can't sign up, then you might not be able to use Gate.io. So now basically Binance and Gate.io are my go-to places to trade, with the occasional KuCoin trade too, just in case both these platforms don't have it. But between these two platforms, Gate.io and Binance, I mean, I don't really have any reason to be using anything else. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys, I'm still going to be trading this project. I bought and sold. See, that the thing is, I used every single thing here, and I came to the conclusion that I want to be using a broker when I'm buying something, not services that are just like Uniswap or PancakeSwap. Nothing against them, nothing against these guys. It's just they don't fit my style because I'm a trader. Like if you're going to buy something and hold it for 10 years, okay, maybe it's okay to spend $60 to purchase things. But again, like to buy through PancakeSwap and Uniswap, it took me about a good 15 minutes to figure things out. And the whole process was a little bit, I was a little nervous because, it's a lot of money on the stake. And like if I make a little mistake, then oh my God, it's a little scary. My selling experience was I'm a little bit scared now too. I was a little bit scared, fearful, but everything was okay except for that one mistake. But with Gate.io, it's like it's a brokerage. I mean, there's no fear when it comes to that platform. Just boom, boom, and you're done. So anyway, I would totally recommend just Gate.io. So again, this is what is Floki, Metaverse, Play to Earn. The team I've been following them to their meetings, and they have a lot of things to say. There's a lot of exciting things coming next week. There's a lot of exciting things happening in the next 2 weeks with Facebook and what they're promising. To me, it's all about marketing. It could be, it doesn't, to me, the most important thing is the marketing. If you're marketing, you can make anything look good, so if these guys, they have something going, they claim for it to be, they're claiming it's going to be awesome. And so far, I have no reason to doubt them. I've seen what they're doing, and I have no reason to suspect anything. I mean, it looks good so far, but I'm a trader. So when I buy Floki, I have my stop losses. I buy more. Now we're at resistance here. If we start breaking above, people are going to be adding. If we break above here, people are going to be adding. So yes, it's getting exciting. So yes, for as long as Facebook and other companies are jumping in and talking about it, we can potentially see more excitement coming into Floki. I really hope this helped you guys. But again, take your own risks, guys. Do your own research. When I experimented with PancakeSwap and Uniswap, first time around, I did not buy a lot of Floki. I only bought so little that if I lost it, I wouldn't be, crying. Because the first time, I've heard you guys, I'm sure you've seen a lot of stories online where guys that don't know what they're doing, or girls that don't know what they're doing, they're just jumping in with big amounts and then losing it. I mean, for me, it's always try it first, see if you know how it works, see if you understand it, and then take the next step. So guys, be careful. There's no customer support. When I lost the $50 with Uniswap, who am I gonna call? Who am I gonna ask to get my $50 back because of that error that occurred? There's no one to call. At least with the brokerage, at least I can call somebody. So yeah, if you're gonna do it right, and good luck, that kind of thing. Okay, guys, so that's it for Floki. Now let's quickly look at AGIX. Okay, so this is a chart of AGIX, and I'm sure you guys can see now that I've jumped to my Binance account, my Binance trading account. That's because Gate.io does not have AGIX on their platform yet. So you see how a lot of these platforms don't have exactly what, they don't have the same things. Some are lacking, some have more. So I find that it's important to have both. Okay, guys. So number one, AGIX. Why am I talking about this when I'm talking about metaverses? Is because they're a software company that's creating artificial intelligence systems. If we're going to have metaverses, we're going to have avatars walking around. Why not have avatars that have possible narrow artificial intelligence systems put into place, where it's not just an avatar walking around, but it's an avatar that we can try to communicate with. So I think AGIX could potentially, will probably shift some of their business into these metaverses. That's my opinion. Again, also, why is that my opinion? Because I'm in AGIX, so I'm obviously going to have a bias toward the upside, and I believe in this project. I think it's amazing. So yeah, the hype just brought it up. The whole entire Grace thing brought up the hype. Unfortunately, it pulled right back down to where it was before, but it's still holding the 30-cent range. We were told that Grace, its mass production of Grace is going to start next year, and that could have been the reason why people sold off so much. So now what I'm watching for it to hold 30 cents. To me, this is a long-term hold anyway. I'm hoping that we start to form an uptrend now. So over here, we had a pullback, we had a bottom, and then we started making that uptrend, which led to a breakout. So I'm hoping we have the same thing here, holding 30, holding and possibly climbing, leading into a next breakout to the upside. So I really hope that AGIX, also jumps into the metaverse area, and bringing their software into all these exciting new projects that are just creating these amazing virtual worlds. So in the meantime, we're here, we're holding AGIX long term. I'm sad to see it in the 30-cent zone. I was hoping to see it in the $1.80, $1.60 zone at this particular time, but okay, that just means we're going to have to hold this amazing project for a little bit longer. Okay, so this is why I've been mentioning it in the metaverse video, because I believe that they could integrate their software into these metaverses and make these avatars so much more interactable. Like when you're walking into, for example, Decentraland, you can be greeted by Grace or Sophia, where you can ask questions, and this artificial intelligence system is going to be able to answer these questions for you, not just stand there and only say things that it was programmed to say. So yeah, there's a lot of awesome potential for AGIs coming. It's just a matter of time. So we're here to hold long term, but in the meantime, I really hope that we do get to the upside sometime soon. Okay, so we talked a little bit about AGIX. Now I quickly want to talk about... Okay, so why am I including SHIB in this video? That's because there's so much going on around that. So many emails, so many questions, and I just want to quickly bring up the facts that, SHIB is gaining more popularity. There's a huge following behind SHIB. Now even like movie theaters are debating on accepting SHIB for payment when it comes to movies and things like this. There's a lot of interesting articles about that, and the whole thing about Robinhood. That's what makes it so exciting. Like we all saw what happened to Dodge when Dodge, was listed on Robinhood. You have such a huge following. When that huge following jumped into Dodge, I mean, we had an 800% day, and then after following a sell-off, it just went up to insane highs of like 70 cents or 80 cents from what I remember. So I'm not going to ignore Robinhood and the potential that it has if it gets onto that platform. And Robinhood did say they want it on that platform, so not going to ignore this token until this is something that you kind of have to watch. So we did have a beautiful rise. We have a pullback. I'm interested to see if it's actually going to pull back to this EMA or the VWAP, because in this situation, before the breakout, that VWAP did act as support, and broke out. So it's possible it can fall back down to support and then maybe consolidate like it did over here in that zone. Everything is possible, but when it comes to SHIB, I only have such a small amount of SHIB that it doesn't really matter what happens to SHIB to me, in my opinion. Obviously if it goes to the upside, I'll be very, very happy, but if it goes to the downside, it doesn't, that's not something I'm watching. What I'm looking for is Robinhood, and then if Robinhood actually buys in, then I'm going to be adding to my SHIB position. So right now I have a small amount. As Robinhood embraces SHIB, then everyone's going to be watching SHIB, is because if that army of Robinhood people, traders, jumps into SHIB, then all hell can break loose, and we could see SHIB at insane highs. So we're going to continue to watch SHIB, and we'll keep you guys posted if we hear anything important. Okay, so this is another project. It's called Star Atlas. So again, just like you need mana to play in Decentraland, where you're going to need this token to purchase and do fun things in this game. So what caught my attention, so many projects are being sent to me by email all the time, and it's just so hard to kind of put my finger on something that I think is going to be very promising. But this, it literally caught my attention. I couldn't believe it. The website is just the most incredibly amazing website that I think I've ever seen. It is just, I don't want to go through the whole entire experience of going through it, but if you guys check it out, I mean, it's mind-blowing. I mean, talk about putting the time in to making this thing look good. So, the graphic, the level that their trader is just going to, the avatar, right? I mean, the trader is mind-blowing. And if this game looks anything like this trader, then this is going to explode. Now the fact is, I'm not sure exactly what level of progression they are at right now, but I believe they're selling NFTs right now, so you can purchase them and things like this. But is this game going to come into fruition? Is this going to really take place? I don't know. I can't say anything about that. I read some of the white papers they have, and yeah, there's a lot of detail. It's very exciting. I mean, if this actually occurs, if this game looks anything like this, then yes, I will be playing it. Okay, this game looks insane. And okay, they put a lot of effort into this website. They put a lot of effort into this trader. So now the question is, are they going to actually come up with this game going to actually launch? And if it does, it might not be soon. It might take a little bit of time before this thing comes into play. But man, this is amazing. This looks incredibly, this is something I'm going to be watching, and it's only a 12-cent token right now. So you know how it is. If the younger generation starts dumping into this token, what is everybody looking for? Why are we looking at Dogecoin, SHIB, and Floki? Because it's so cheap. For like $100, for a few $100, you can buy 1 million tokens, right? So this token is also 12 cents. So it's going to catch a lot of the younger generation. So if you can purchase, again, if this game comes into play and you're buying these tokens at 12 cents, and then eventually you can go out there and buy a lot of amazing things in this game. So anyway, price is good. Again, we saw some excitement. because now the headlines topics are metaverse. So yeah, guys, check this out. But again, like, really do your research, because I one thing I've learned when it comes to the crypto world, a lot of projects don't seem to deliver. A lot of projects make a lot of promises, but they don't deliver. So again, it's a matter of risk. So for me, it's easy. Like, if I was going to purchase, this token here right now, my stop loss is right here. And bottom line, I don't care if this project never comes into play. My stop loss is here, and that's it. And if this thing continues going up, I'll continue adding to the project. So I always have a goal and I have a stop loss. And so to me, I don't care if it's a scam or not a scam. I have a stop loss anyway to protect me from scams. But that's how I also, if it's not a scam, then you can capitalize on something amazing too, right? So anyway, that's something I wanted to bring up, because a lot of people are talking about this, and sure enough, it looks amazing. And I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that this thing actually comes into play. And again, it's available on Gate.io, so you can trade this thing on Gate.io if you're interested. Okay guys, this is the last project we're going to look at that also caught my attention. Just another metaverse. It's called Wilder World. And yeah, man, it does look interesting. This is definitely going to get a lot of people's attention. It is a little bit on a different price zone, $4 here. You guys can check out the website and see what they have. They got some good NFTs. This game also has a lot of potential. You guys should check this out. This is something interesting. I like the volumes. To me, there's a lot of projects out there, but there's some projects that have no volumes at all. And there's projects that actually have volumes. So if you're going to give me 10 projects, first of all, I'm going to look at the ones that have the highest volumes. I'll pick 3 or 4 of the ones that have the highest volumes. Then out of the 3 or 4, I'm going to check out their website, see what they're building, how it looks like. Then I'm going to check the communities that are around them. And then out of the 3 or 4, maybe I'll stick to the 3 or 4. So far from what I've seen, Floki, Decentraland, World Atlas, Star Atlas, and Wilder World is something that's interesting. I like the volumes, and they're definitely responding to the excitement with Facebook. Prices are good, which are going to attract the younger generation. The projects seem to be promising. For as long as the volumes continue, these things have the potential. Some of these have doubled in price, yeah, from $2 to $4, but that's nothing when it comes to the land of crypto here. Projects can 800x, and in the crypto world, you gotta have a stomach. If something drops by 50%, then that's not news. When something goes up by 800%, that's when it's news. Seeing 200%, 300% is to the downside or the upside is something that's, I only get excited when I see 600 to 800%. If something goes up 800%, it's time to take some profits. But if it's only doubled up, tripled up, there's still so much more room to grow, especially when we're heading into a new industry, right? So again, these are the projects I want to share with you guys right now. There's a lot of other ones out there, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to come. So my focus is going to be Facebook, all the projects that I mentioned here, but I can't exclude AGIX and SHIB, because SHIB, with Robinhood, you just don't know what's going to happen, and artificial intelligence is on its way, like it or not. And how they're going to integrate into this metaverse, I don't know, but will they? I'm willing to bet on that. Okay, guys, so have yourself a wonderful weekend. We're going to be focusing on these guys. Please, I welcome all the emails and all the information you guys are sending me. You guys are helping me to find some gems here. And, together as a team, we can always, share information, share our experiences. And I know I get a lot of comments and, good ones and bad ones, and that's okay. We need bad and we need the good. We need everybody's perspective, not just one perspective, right? Also, be careful. There's a lot of scammers in the comments too. There's always going to be scammers, so ignore them and be careful. Okay, guys. So again, thank you for all the wonderful thumbs ups. Please share our videos. If you're interested in Gate.io, I'll leave it in the description and I'll leave it in the comments below as well. Okay, have a wonderful and safe trading.